Hello everybody, my name is Nick and you're watching Leet, the review of the Fujifilm GFX 50S. Now this is the newest camera from the Fujifilm. It's a medium format camera with the size of the sensor at 43.8 by 32.9 millimeters. It's quite a big sensor. Let me show you what it looks like. Now this is a crop sensor from Canon. I'm now recording with a full frame, so I cannot show you that. Let me just... okay. So as you can see, this thing is absolutely massive. Now this camera uses SD cards. I'm personally not a big fan of the SD cards. I like CF cards much more, but with a camera like this you're probably not going to be taking your camera out 20 times a day, so they will last long enough. And you do have two SD card slots, so with the redundancy you really shouldn't have any issues. Now this camera has a LCD touchscreen, as you can see here. This is 3.2 inches or 8.1 centimeters, 2,360,000 dots. This camera can record full HD at 29.97 or 30 frames per second basically. You do have a microphone and the headphone socket here. There, right here. I'm not sure if you can see it then. As you can see, the top is mic and the bottom is headphones. It's a 3.5 millimeter, obviously. Then here you have USB, HDMI and remote jack, as well as the DC in. Now think about the remote. You can just remove this cap and you have a remote, so you don't have to open the whole thing. Now here you have connectors, so you can connect a booster onto this camera as well. The battery lasts about 400 shots, and with a grip you can extend it to be at 800 shots. When it comes to the movie, 145 minutes is the max, so about 145 minutes is the maximum. This camera also has a Wi-Fi, and with short flange distance you can mount some older mirrorless lenses, so with the adapter obviously, so you will be able to use some older lenses if you already have some. Now when it comes to the weight, this camera weighs about 740 grams without obviously any lenses, cards and things like that. Now this is a pretty light in comparison. A 5D Mark III weighs 850 grams, 6D weighs 769 grams, so even 6D, one of the lighter full frame DSLRs, still weighs more than this. Although I should really point out that Canon's and Nikon's full frame DSLRs do weigh maybe more, but the lenses for those cameras weigh significantly less. I mean, this is quite heavy setup. Fuji at this point is a pretty big competition to everybody, but now they have been attacking Hasselblad as well. Now with this is a pretty good competition to the Hasselblad. Now I should mention one more thing. Here you have a viewfinder which you can detach. Now this is a attachable viewfinder, although it's really quite a good design, so it just looks right sitting on the camera. It's not something like that seems like an afterthought for Fuji. They just thought, oh yeah, we should maybe put even a viewfinder. No, it's really obvious they designed the viewfinder to be on the camera. Now you can also get swivel viewfinders, so you could pull it up or on this or even rotate it. So that's a really good idea and something that you should really think about getting if you do get this camera. Now obviously this camera is still not for everybody with the viewfinder and all the accessories that you need, and with even one lens it's a bit shy of $10,000. So this is really not a camera for everybody, but it's really something that you should think about, especially if you're shooting something like fashion photography or things like that, or if you're shooting in studio. You really should be thinking about something like this. Even if you already use some other medium format camera, this is a really good camera with extremely good low light performance, which is not really something that's that important for this camera. Again, this is going to be used primarily in the studio, so you're going to be using it at maybe 100, 200, 400 ISO max. It's not really gonna be used at high ISO, but if you do have to, you can use it easily at 6400, even 12,800. It's still gonna be pretty good result. Okay, now when it comes to the video, this camera is pretty great. It's not extremely great. You do have only Full HD at 30 frames per second, but the depth of field that you're gonna get with this is nothing like you could even possibly dream of getting with the, let's say, a full frame camera. Now, leave me in the comments below, will you be getting this camera, or maybe even if you already do have, what's your experience with this camera? Do you like it? What do you don't like about the camera? And all of the others. You're watching for Leet. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment and subscribe, and until the next time, goodbye.